Yo, what's up, bros and broettes?
That car driving make you feel some type of way. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way.
So, today, as you probably figured out from the title of the video, we are actually going to be dropping the rear subframe. Now, why are we doing that? I'm doing that because, and you guys are watching me do it, and I'm doing that because I need to replace, well, I don't need to, but I want to. This car is well over, it's over 25 years old. Bushings are shot, needs new bushings. The fronts were toast. I'm pretty sure the rears are just as bad. So I bought an energy suspension. As you guys already know, I bought an energy suspension kit, bushing kit. Front's already done, and the rear is I gotta drop the rear subframe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this.
Don't you know, don't you know, I fell for fool's gold, I fell for fool's gold. What did I know, what did I know, I fell for fool's gold, I fell for fool's gold.
Alright, now that those are done, those were the 12 millimeters. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and start taking off the 4 nuts and bolts for the that hold the drive shaft onto the differential. There it is. There's one, and then there's was it 4 altogether? So I'm gonna go ahead and get these off camera because I don't have enough room down here for the camera. So I'm gonna get those off. There's 4 of them. Drive shaft will kind of fall down a little bit, and then we'll start working on the ones that actually hold the hell's this thing called? Subframe in. Alright guys, so I got the drive shaft down. As you can see, it's kind of sitting over there. Next that I need to do before I get too far ahead of myself is to unbolt the the e-brake brackets from the subframe. And then take off the brake calipers from the rotors. That way they can kind of just hang out of the way. Alright guys, so I got the e-brake cable loosened up. What I'm going to do next is go ahead and unbolt the brake caliper from the bracket. Alright guys, got the brake calipers done on each side. They're up and on top of the subframe. So next up, what I need to do is take off these brackets.
Yes, I did.
Alright guys, so I ended up getting those brackets off. They are now off on both sides. Well, they're still on, held on by the main nut for the subframe. But all that's left is to take off these these 4 subframe bolts that are left. And so that is looks like a 17, or it might be a 19, but actually they don't have them in front of me. Let's check with this real quick. 17? Alright, they're 17. So we got 4 17s. I'm going to go ahead and get the jack under it with a 2x4. Alright, all the brackets are off, so this thing should be ready to come out. I'm gonna wait one moment and yeah. I'm going to reposition the jack a little bit more forward so it's a little bit more balanced. So as you can see, it's out and the jack's not under it. It did fall a little bit, but it was a short fall, so I'm not really too worried about it. Nothing is leaking, nothing's broken. So it's out. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and take out the rear shocks and get them out of the way so I can pull the subframe out. So let's go ahead and get those off and then get this out. Alright, so as you can see, I dragged that son of a bitch out of there. I'm not really too worried about scratching the floor because this thing was cheaply painted anyways by the previous owners who were remodeling. So, yo, what's up, guys? I am back for the next day working on this rear subframe. I actually went ahead and did some more off camera, mainly just taking off all the little arms and stuff like the camber arm, the suspension parts. So, as you see, took off the, which was that? The camber arm, then I took off the toe arm, which goes to here, which is that long one, that's the toe, and you got the camber, and then I'm not quite sure with that one, but I'm pretty sure that's just, doesn't have any adjustment, so it's just an arm. So, let's go ahead and drag this outside. I'm gonna finish burning these out off camera and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, as you can see, I got all 4 of them burning, which is awesome. In the meantime, I'm just washing up the subframe, trying to avoid the smoke. Anyways, what I figured out was the best way to get these out, if you can't get the, if your bushings just don't fall out and they're still intact like mine were but dry rotted, start heating up the rubber and get it real hot. And then knock out the center metal pins, and then go from the bottom after you got the metal pins in. After you got the metal pins out, go from the bottom with a torch and light it on fire, and it'll really start getting like how this is. They're just burning and burning until they go out. So that's my advice: is knock out those metal pins and get them real hot, knock them out, and then you have that full center of the bushing that just ignites when you light it up. And it just keeps burning until it burns out. So again, that's my advice. So yeah, I'll come back when they're done. Yo, what's up, bros and broettes? Today is like day 3 of me burning out these, well, today is day 2 of me burning out these bushings. Yesterday I had started, I knocked out 7 of the 16, which means I have 9 left. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and get started with burning out the rest. Alright guys, so just a quick update here. I got all of the all the sleeves out except for 2. And those 2 are the ones that are what's left in. That knuckle down there. This knuckle's all done. They're cleaned up. All the things are cleaned up so the bushings can go in. These are done. All 4, I'm just waiting for those bushings to come in because I don't have them yet. They should be here like Monday or something. Yo, what's up? I am finally done. I am beat, tired, hungry. I stink, I'm dirty. But the bushings are finally finished. Aside from the subframe bushings, all the bushings are done. Whew. All the bushings are done. So let me go ahead and show you. Getting them in wasn't that bad. My subframe bushings will be in next week sometime, probably like Monday or Tuesday, probably Wednesday at the latest. But I still got to order my ball joints because, as you can see, yeah, I mean they're solid, but that boot is ripped. So, oh yeah, bushings. Bushing in, all of them are in. Bushings. Like I said, I used that long bolt with the big washers. Lubed everything up well, and they slid in pretty. They started going. They all wanted to go in cockeyed, but I just used some channel locks to squeeze the side that was poking out. I'll actually leave a video. There's a video of a guy doing it and I did the exact same way he did. So I'll leave a link in the description below of his video. So just as a reference on how to do it. But I got them all in. All the arms got their bushings. That's the other hub spindle thing. Yo, what's up guys? It is yet another day, but my rear subframe bushings finally came in. Alright, ball joints are ordered. Now let's get to opening these up these, what is it, the bushings for the subframe. Alright, I got my knife now. Ah yes, the bushing kit. Here they are. Little things. Got our new bushings. Awesome. And of course, it supplied me with any grease. Luckily, I have some left over, so I'll put a coating of paint over these things and get them in. So here's a closer look at the new bushings. I was gonna go with red just to match what I got, but the only reason I originally wanted black all throughout. That was mainly just to make it look as stock as possible without having red bushings. But I got an extremely good deal on that bushing kit, so I can't complain. Also, I was gonna go with red just to match with these, but I ended up making an offer 3 times too low for them to accept. So it's either that, go with the full asking price that they wanted for the red ones, or making an offer that they would accept for the black ones and save some money. So I went with the black ones and save some money. Anyways, now that I'm rambling, let me go ahead and get to getting these things in there. I mean, it's pretty simple. You put the, you know, they come apart. You know, they come apart. You put the top one in up here. You know, they actually go in pretty easy, but I don't want no squeaking, so the top one goes in up there. The bottom one goes in. This goes through the middle. Pretty simple. Alright, let's get this all lubed up and get these in there. Alright guys, bushings are in, and here's what they look like. Here's what they look like. Here's what they look like. Bushings are in. Awesome. Yes. Bushings. So this is gonna go ahead and go in. Once we get this in, then what I can do is just sway our bushings. So that shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna put it in just like this, and then once I get the ball joints in, I'll go ahead and start putting what? I don't know. I don't know. At this point, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this put back up there. I'm gonna do that off camera because it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that, and then I'll come back once it's in. We are completely finished with the suspension. The suspension is, well, the title says 100% done, but we ain't 100% done. Well, no, the title will say we are done with the suspension. We are finally done with the suspension, but that's not 100% true. But as you can see, the car is still up on the ground. It's up on the jack stand still. The rear tire is still on. Everything's bolted down, tightened up in the back. The drive shaft's hooked back up. But the only thing left to do for suspension wise is just to put the wheels back on and drop it back down. The suspension is done aside from one thing, and that's the front sway bar. And like I said, I'm probably gonna give it a cut right here. Damn thing. Give it a cut right there, and extend it out about a ½ inch to an inch so that I have clearance to clear my oil pan for my good old RB here. But with that said, let me go ahead. Before I can drop the car back down onto the ground, I have to put my transmission mount back in, which I went ahead and filled with the 3M window weld, polyurethane window weld. So as you can see, it used to be able to look through that and see like the sky if you were pointing it up at the sky. But yeah, it's completely filled in now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that back into the car. So that is a lot more stiff. I used to be able to move that middle piece. I used to be able to move that, but I can't move that now. Yep, that's not going anywhere. I'll be back once I got the motor mount back in and the wheels on, so until I come back. And there we go. It is down on the ground. All right. You know, to be honest, it's given the RB25 being in there versus compared to my friend Kevin's SR. The front is sitting very, very close to what the back is. Yeah, I can honestly say I'm very happy with these coilovers just from the ride height difference. No coilovers, lowering springs and shocks. But he said these ride a lot better than his coilovers, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just happy to be done. This was one of the most dirty, tedious processes I've ever done before. The suspension is done. It's back down on the ground. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to jack it back up here before I even attempt to start the car, which will be later on down the line because I'm gonna re-clean out the gas tank again. And when I do that, I'm also gonna be replacing the fuel pump with a Volvo 255 or something like that. Until next time, guys, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because man, does it go a long ways. So again, until next time, peace out and never look back.